Hello everybody, welcome to Torment, Tides of Numenera. So this is actually, of course, in early access beta. Since I was a Kickstarter backer, they just gave us access. I thought I'd play it. This is my first time launching it. They did... I was going to read that. Yay! Alright, let's see what we have here in the form of options. Probably not much. Obviously, it's not going to look the best, it's not going to play the best because of the early access beta aspect. It just got delayed, by the way, to early 2017, so it's going to be in a pretty rough state. However, it is content complete, as far as they say. They're not going to be adding more content, they're just polishing it up. And you can only play the first act currently, or first location, I don't remember what it was. If we had been able to read that, we would know. But in any case, I thought I'd play through this a little bit since it's so far off, and these type of games you kind of want to... Basically, I tend to restart over and over again until I get like the perfect settings that I want to play with. And by the way, this is a role-playing game. I don't care about... Well, we'll get into that later. Let's see if we can change the resolution right here. No, we'll keep out this resolution. It makes it easier for you guys to see. So let's get going. Let's see what options we have. I don't know. I mean, everything should be implemented. They should just be cleaning it up. I don't know if that's true or not, though, because I couldn't read. We will play a female for this early access, just to see the differences. Your first emotion is an involuntary and formless panic. You feel you have forgotten something important, as if it once meant the world to you, but the details slip away as you grasp at them. You force your eyes open. Look around. A white, pink, fleshy cocoon surrounds you. Even as you look, a miter rent in its side tears open, and the howling wind forces its way inside. The cocoon rips away, gone before you can grab it, spinning you into a dizzying tumble. You are falling, the world many kilometers below you. You catch a glimpse of a curved horizon, and also the ground beneath you that is approaching deceptively quickly. Above you, a small moon is slowly collapsing in upon itself, a corona of acid green and black energy playing around its edges. Alright, I'm enjoying this so far. I don't know if you guys have played the old Planescape Torment. I did when it came out, and I was really young at the time. I don't remember it very well. I remember loving it. I've tried to go back and play it, you know, probably around the time I heard this Kickstarter. It probably reminded me about it and to go back and play it. I got somewhat far, but I just could not handle the combat. There was just so much of that shit, and it was awful. And, you know, the interface is old. I couldn't get very far in it, basically, and I'm very sad about that, so I was really excited for this. And hopefully it will fill that need. So far, it seems to have a very similar atmosphere, of course, because it's supposed to, but that's where this comes from. And if you didn't play it, it's very weird. It's not your typical fantasy. It's meant to be weird and kind of horror-like and a little bit gross. Not you know, the elves and blah 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 junk you get in all these other games. The wind buffets you and burns your eyes, but you don't need to see the details of the faraway ground to know you're in serious trouble. You won't survive a fall from the stratospheric height. A part of your frantic mind babbles that technically you probably fell from a thermospheric height. Yes, I definitely know what both those words mean. Stratospheric height, thermospheric height. Probably figure it out if I focused on the words for about 20 minutes, but I'm not going to, so screw you. You struggle to stay focused as the ground rushes towards you. Flatten out to catch the wind. Try to judge how far. Okay, so this, I'm wondering if this is going to affect your character build. I bet this is what they're doing. I bet this is going to affect what type of character we are. So we want to pick something, I think. I don't think any of these are like the wrong ones. So let's try to flatten out to catch the wind, see what happens. That's kind of an interesting thing, right? Instinctively, you spread your arms and legs, and they respond sluggishly. You stop tumbling head over heels. Though you are still spinning laterally, that motion has calmed as well, and you have space to assess your situation, and perhaps to understand the predicament, and the body in which you find yourself. So I spread my arms and legs and I stopped tumbling, though I'm still spinning laterally. What the hell? Below you, you see a large landmass. A massive ocean dominates the rest of the visible globe, dotted here and there with island chains, small moons, unusual structures, and strange machines rush past you in glittering profusion as you plummet toward the ground. Man, I was not expecting such large words. I gotta ready my voice for that. Study the world. Now you see that this appears to be a huge megacontinent, the only land of any size, on this side of the world at least. Great inland seas and lakes dot the land, and curiously irregular mountain ranges march up and down across. You are falling toward what looks to be a great bay, a sprawling city perched on its shore just to the north. Further to the north and east, you see a broad plain, scattered with curious structures visible even from this height. The northeastern portion of this land looks to be a desert, a strange blue dot like an eye in its exact center. It seems to hold a city in its watery grasp. To its west is a ring of huge mountains, surmounted by enormous carved peaks, spewing magma into a central catch basin. But what concerns you most right now is the bay below you. It's coming at you quickly. Try to slow the descent even more. I mean, yeah, that's definitely what I do. It's fruitless. You've reached a velocity that could, without irony, best be named terminal. You spread your arms and legs to try and catch a draft, and it looks like you'll hit the bay that's rushing towards you, unless you hit the building and its littered waters. A strange web of colors surrounds you, thrown by a figure standing on the balcony of the structure, but is effective only at slowing your fall. You strike the building hard enough to crack its crystalline structure, and you hear one of the engines that supports it protest and howl. And the agony of the crash overcomes you, and then... graphics. Oh, so I don't... okay, that's interesting. Usually in these type of games, of course, you get to build your character, but in the original Planescape, you didn't at all. I think you didn't even get a choice between male or female, if I remember correctly. Like I said, it's been quite a long time. Interact. So this is kind of... can you... alright. Yeah, the old tab to see everything you can interact with is one of my favorite aspects in games that came into being. I hate missing stuff because I could not... don't hover my mouse over everything. Okay, here we go. We got the real interface now. What's this? Might, speed, intellect. Interesting. Half-shaven head. Quick items, abilities, and something that doesn't get a tooltip. Jumbled thoughts cloud your head as you study the empty bowl before you. Drops of liquid fall from the ceiling, spattering on the ground next to the bowl. The light from every drop is reflected in the bowl's rounded hollow, as if it hungers for that light and needs to be filled. Yet the bowl remains dry. Another drop falls from the ceiling and splashes across the pylons, wasted. So we can move the bowl beneath the liquid. Let's see. Is that really a liquid? It doesn't. It looks like just like a light thing falling. Let's examine the bowl first before we just like start moving shit, right? You trace your fingers over the slippery, overlapping scales that spiral up from the bottom of the bowl. The sharp toothed rim plucks at your skin. It's going to be tricky to move this bowl without slicing your fingers on the edge. You might have to put some effort into it. Reflected light streaks across the surface of the bowl as another droplet falls from the ceiling. I mean, is there nothing else for me to do here? Can I stand under the can I stand under the light? No, it's not gonna let me. Come on. I guess that's the only thing I can really do. Does this make anything different? No. Okay. So let's see what happens here. The fuck? Base difficulty hard, final difficulty challenging. Okay. I don't know what's happening. So we have 2 mine, it seems, and we can use, and that gives us the ability to use 3 things, and it looks like this is probably the percentage of success. So this gives us an 85% chance of succeeding, and this will give us a 55% chance of succeeding. And presumably, I don't know, maybe we have to rest before we can use these again. Let's see what happens if I fail. Let's just try 1. Okay, no, I succeeded. Success. That was an interesting little mini game. You carefully take hold of the bowl, avoiding the teeth on the serrated rim. Oh, you probably just cut yourself if you fell. With a deep breath, you move it over the glowing pool of fallen light. So actually, just because I used that 1, it seems like you can always use 1. So it didn't. I think these will use up if you go higher, because that's the only thing that makes sense, right? Why else would you have the option and just do max all the time? But I don't know. I could be wrong. Okay, so catch that little droplet, motherfucker. Yeah! Drop by drop, the bowl fills. I'm standing like awkwardly in it here. Can we move over? No. Ripples spreading over the blurred outline of your reflection. A pale blue luminescence stretches into the corners of the room. A clear radiance spills across the segmented floor, washing away the nearest shadows and pouring into your mind, melting the ragged edges of your fragmented thoughts. You are not whole, not yet, but you have begun to heal from the damage done in your long fall. A voice calls out from somewhere high above, beyond the reaches of the spreading light. Hello! Are you still alive down there? We're up here! Build a path up to us, but be careful! Alright, so I'm gonna see if I can save now. I think I fucked up the sound and it's probably like reading all this shit out and I'm just reading over it, which is awkward. Save recording.